thank you very much indeed for coming to see
my
us.
pleasure.
Coming to talk to our customers and to our drivers.
Yeah.
My first question really is, the taxi industry in London's recognised around the world as being one of the enduring symbols of London. What are your own views of the role of London's taxi service?
I completely agree that it's kind of one of those symbols that draws tourists to London. You know, you're famous for our red buses, Big Ben and the black cabs in London, so they're hugely important in London. But there's also another side to it. You know, having worked in London myself for 15 years, they're really important day to day for people getting around London. So I think there's those two sides to the cabs in London.
So do you use taxis much, and if so, have you got a favourite taxi story?
I use taxis a bit. I mean, I must admit I walk quite a lot in London, but again, because I've worked here for so long, yeah, absolutely, you know, I've used cabs quite a lot throughout my career. I guess my favourite cab story is the one where I was doing an event in Buckingham Palace, so I quite surprised the driver by getting in and saying that I had to go into Buckingham Palace, and I'd been given a kind of a parking permit for inside Buckingham Palace, so we were allowed to drive straight in, which he quite liked, so he could put the thing up on his window. Yeah.
Taxi drivers spend their working lives on London's roads. What policies would you propose, if elected as mayor, that would make life better for them and of course for their customers?
Well, I mean, one of the biggest problems that we have on London's roads is just how congested they are. So any mayor has got to tackle that more than we are at the moment. I'm saying I would do two things on that. So one, I'd look at the use of the congestion charge again. I don't think it does reduce congestion anymore. So look at kind of variable pricing. How can we encourage drivers who don't have to come in the peak hours to not come in the mornings and maybe, you know, reduce the cost, maybe the congestion charge, so that they can come in at other times during the day. And also start charging utility companies for digging up the roads and get much more strategic about the roadworks across London, because at the moment there really is no management, no overall management, and people get stuck in traffic jams all the time. For users and for cab drivers, I would certainly look at having more taxi ranks across London and put them in obvious places. You know, if you're coming out of clubs and things like that, you're going to want a cab available, and we don't have enough of those across London as well.
The hot topic of the moment. Would you allow Addison Lee to use the bus lanes? And what do you think of their campaign of civil disobedience to get access to them?
No, I wouldn't. I mean, I think it's shocking. Why is there one rule for some and not enough for another? You know, I think this needs to be, you know, stamped on really hard. You know, everybody needs to respect the rules that are there at the moment, and there's all this, you know, about them being the biggest contract holder for government and everything. Well, no, I think it's shocking, really. And I think his views and the way, you know, the views that he put forward about cyclists as well were very extreme, have really upset a lot of people. So, no, I think this is not good.
Taxi drivers are concerned that there isn't enough enforcement against illegal minicabs plying for hire, and of course, you know, ranking up where they shouldn't. Would you do anything about this, or do you think you could do something about this? And what would you do about the issue of pedicabs?
Yeah, I think the mayor can absolutely do more in this area. He should be working both with central government to enforce the and actually increase the kind of regulation in this area. You know, as a woman myself, I think there's a real safety issue here as well. We don't want illegal minicabs operating in London, full stop. So I've certainly said in my manifesto that I would, you know, clamp down on this very hard, work with central government and with local authorities to really clamp down on this. This is just a case of enforcement, really. So I would certainly be looking into that area hard.
London's taxi industry is based upon drivers with the knowledge. And with the purpose-built vehicles built to, and of course the industry maintaining very high standards. Can the industry have confidence that it will have a bright future should you be elected as mayor?
Yes, absolutely. I think the knowledge is really important. You know, that's the thing that makes the black cab drivers stand out in London. You know, when you get in the cab, they're going to know everything. They're going to know the best routes. They're going to know how to get to where you want to get in the quickest possible time. In terms of the vehicles, though, being you know, of a certain industry standard, again, I think the mayor can do much more here, working with the car industry to actually bring in vehicles that are cheaper and greener. And at the moment, cab drivers don't have a big choice. I think you've got a choice of two vehicles. and you're forced to change them every 15 years. So this is one thing where the mayor can certainly use their links to business to be bringing in more options, definitely.
Standing as an independent, you're doing it against a couple of very powerful characters. First of all, they both have political machines.
Yep.
And well-known personalities in Boris and Ken.
Yeah.
Why would you put yourself up for that?
Because an independent mayor for London will be better for London. We don't need a party politician leading this city. People are fed up with party politicians. They're really disillusioned with the political parties we have. And on the 3rd of May, it's a voter's opportunity to vote for somebody who isn't a party politician. And I'm saying, yeah, they're big personalities, but you know what? They're not brilliant. They've got a lot of things wrong. They've made a lot of promises that they've not kept. Now is the time for an independent, strong voice, a female voice. It's about time we had a woman mayor in London as well. But seriously, I'm saying I've got a really strong range of policies, and I am an independent candidate, so I'll fight for Londoners, not fight old political battles.
What would you like to achieve having stood for mayor?
Gosh, so many things. I want a London that's got more low-cost homes so that people can get on the property ladder. I want to fix London's education system in London so that every child in London, every family has the best possible opportunities. I want travel on the tubes and the trains to be cheaper. I want tubes to run later, on a Friday evening maybe. I want Londoners to have more fun as well. I'm saying I would support a lot of events and activities in London. I just want the mayor to be a more inclusive, a better role model for London. That's the kind of London I want.
As we approach polling day, what message have you got for the drivers and the staff at radio taxis, indeed everyone associated with the taxi industry, but also our customers, in other words, Londoners in general?
Yeah. My message is, on the 3rd of May, if you want to elect a mayor who is going to listen to you more, who is not going to put party political battles before what real Londoners want, somebody who is more in touch, somebody more representative of London, this is your opportunity. You don't have to vote for one of the political parties. Vote for Siobhan Benita. I'm top of the list on the ballot paper. Give me your vote on the 3rd of May.
Siobhan, thank you very much for coming to talk to us.
Brilliant.
And good luck.
Thank you so much. Thank you. My pleasure.